approximately 64% of the total number of animals entered shelters this year were euthanized. Then approximately 2.7 million of these animals were euthanized due to overcrowding, but also may have been sick or kind of aggressive due to their breed or suffering from other issues in just 1,000 of these shelters. And then less than 15.8% of dogs and less than 2% of cats are actually reunited with their owners when being brought into a shelter. In a veterinary setting, many animals continue to be put down due to illnesses or old age or suffering from ongoing issues. Either way, whether it's in a shelter or in a veterinary setting, euthanasia is a very hard topic. Euthanasia is something very scary and unknown to many people, and it's really hard for them to understand what their animal is going through. Usually when you come in for euthanasia, what we try to do is when you walk through the door, we get a weight, and then we bring you into a room. Depending on if you brought anything, we'll provide blankets or beds or anything to kind of make this animal more comfortable and you more comfortable altogether. After we do this, we will bring a vet assistant of tech or the doctor will come in and bring you some papers and kind of talk about what's going on and make sure this is something that you wanted to do. After you've had a few moments, we usually sedate, which will help the animal relax and be more comfortable throughout the process. And then once, about 5-10 minutes after we do sedation, we come in and check and see how everything's going. And if your animal is pretty calm and comfortable, we take them back to the back, and we usually just put in a catheter right into the arm. So it's ready for when the time comes. Once we place the catheter, we bring them back in. What we'll do is we'll then make sure the animal's very comfortable. We'll go through everything that could happen during the euthanasia process. Things to look out for, some might urinate or make bowel movements. What happens is a lot of the cells and everything will kind of open up. And so once the animal is past it, the heart has stopped beating. Sometimes it does look like they're breathing or could have a twitch. And so it's really hard for people to understand. So we make sure we talk to them about all that before it happens. So it's not something scary or you think something has gone wrong. And in my 2.5 years of being a vet assistant, it has not gotten any easier. Euthanasia is something very hard to do. But what is the worst part is the overcrowding situation in humane societies. A lot of the animals that do get put down due to overcrowding are perfectly healthy animals. And so it makes the process a lot harder for them. It's harder for them to go because they're not ready. Being a vet assistant and having to deal with that, it's the last thing I like to hear when I hear about animals having to be euthanized in shelters due to overcrowding. So I wanted to take this chance and try to promote going to shelters when it comes to wanting new animals instead of getting new puppies, because the animals in there are just grateful that they will get homes.